All right, let me see something here. I can see. Oh, let's see something. Hold on. Look. All right, if y'all can hear me, put something in the chat for me, man. Let me know if you can hear us. It'd be a little lag on Zoom.
Are we live, bro?
Yeah. Sean Harris, what's happening? What's going on? Let me see. We got Sean. Sean, can you hear us? What's up, Zinnia? What's happening? There we go, loud and clear. That's what's up. 910. Come on, man. Smash the like button for those of you just coming in so we can build and we can get on up out of here real fast, man. What a coincidence we are singing in the heavens. Do me a favor, man. Those of you that's in here, hit the like button and see what's going on. Hey, happy to help too. What's up? Amina Hassan, what's up? Zigzagger, what's good? What's going on? Hold on. Let me check something real fast. Go ahead. Oh, yeah, Shango lady. Go ahead, ask your question. Oh, man, what you say? Feel like it's Christmas? That's what's up, man. Hey, man, I told 21 I'm going to come back. 21, I'm going to put the work in. I got my other craft pretty much figured out, so I can try to do two things at once. Hey, Money, what's happening? What's going on? You like the white, man? Appreciate it, man. I got to get with my man. We stopped making these, you know what I'm saying? Look pretty dope. Little Lenny. But, yeah. Let me see, man. All right, my partner and I have the same rising sign, and it's Cancer. Okay, that's dope. So the perception of the will should be the same, hopefully. You know what I mean? If you are, hey, peace. If you are pretty much born in the same region, like if y'all on the same side of the zodiac, that'd be pretty dope. But I have to see it in totality. But that's really a good thing, because if it's the same rising sign, then I mean the DC got the same, that's the same. So pretty much your DC opposite the rising is your relationship perception. You know what I mean? So that's cool. And then depending on the location where y'all were born, y'all might have the same career ambition and home ambition, but that has to be looked at. But overall, that's pretty cool. That's pretty dope, especially if it's close. You know what I'm saying? You may be, let's say, if you're 3 degrees Cancer rising, and he's 4 degrees Cancer rising. The closer it is, that'll be pretty dope and whatnot. All right. So here, I'm gonna do my screen share real fast so y'all can see this video. We're gonna start off with a little bit of hip hop astrology today. Y'all gonna hear my man Minister Jew spit some bars. You know what I'm saying?
Peace to the family too, man. What's good, everybody out there? I see y'all in the chat. What's poppin'?
I'm gonna try to think this
back to backs. We just out here.
I'm gonna try to sync this thing up right here. So I'm actually on the channel. It's called Astrology Rat Beef Exposed, but we're gonna get going.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's your pencil and paper out. I am Professor Guru, and I want you to write down Astro 101 squares in opposition. Hurry. I want you to see the sign that you are. Find your zodiac sign. The sign that is opposite you is in opposition to you. Now, this sign is supposed to represent balance. Fire and air are opposite, and earth and water are opposite. So they complement one another. That's why they represent balance. However, since it's opposition and they're facing each other, oftentimes this brings conflict. Okay? Now, each sign also has a sign to the left and to the right of it. Pay attention to the colors. And those signs on the side of you is called a square. And these signs will absolutely annoy the living fuck out of you. Okay? And it is up to you to understand that this is negative energy, and you need to understand how to transmute this. So I bring to you the imagination gurus. I was born a real Gemini, reclaiming deep, so you know I got the sharpest mind. With a trine on the dollar sign, I call that bitch Venus. Goddamn, fine. Y'all been marking the secret haters in your 12th house, laughing out the spot later. It's all air over here. With the Capricorn moon, I gives a fuck how you feel. Yeah. Well, the imagination guru on the quantum physics. Now let me fool you. It goes way to left observation. 3 days past, now manifestation. I got him calling me the Black Christ. Really planning to say figure me was that nice. You couldn't hit me if you tried. I'm not gonna try. God's on my side. Hey, it's Aquarius the weirdo. Hey, it's your the psycho. Hey, it's the guru from Astro. Hip hop astrology, that nigga from the cosmos. Hey, come here, boys and girls. Hey, shout out to Wayne's World.
Hey.
This Mars and this God, if you want to prove about that planet, show you how you die. I say, hey, Mars and shot, show you a die. That's no lie. Bullets are hot. Pop, pop, pop. Pussy hot. Baby, that's a fumble. Made her mumble. Cookie crumble. Made her mumble. Hey. That's the truth about Mars. Hey. That's the God of stars. Hey. And I ain't talking Lion King. Squares in opposition, see what that drama brings. That's right. Geometrically opposed to you. J and Pop, that's what opposition do. Faster Gemini, 180, he in front of you. Faster Gemini is Nikki and Remy too. See? Astrological beef, that's bull. Taurus and Leo, Takashi Chief Keith. That's a square, but it's White Castle meat. Better opposition, Drake and me. What a coincidence. Play Thomas Pusha T, and they both had beef with the kid all three. As we hit the kill switch. Now watch how we make these signs be a bitch. What? We make the signs be a bitch. What? Make these signs be a bitch. Classic, man.
Hey, that's a classic.
That's a classic.
Classic shit right there, man. Hold on, y'all. Let me get rid of this. Let me cut this off right here, man. All right, man. We just wanted to start it off with that, man. Bars. Y'all gonna make me get in my production bag, man. For real.
Hey, the beer, tell him, man, we could do anything.
We could do anything. You know what I mean? All right, what's up, Hip Hop Astrology family, man? You in the building? Smash the like button for us. Let's get the likes up. Let's alert the algorithm, as we say. Let me go back to a quick screen share real fast. All right, where we at here? All right. Okay, man. So my man, my buddy, my partner, Lil Wayne in the news, being charged with federal gun charges because he ain't supposed to have them things, you know. And it's interesting because this is the guy that tell you we are not the same. I am a Martian. Mars is this dude's thing. Everybody know that. That's Wayne's thing right there. Hold on, let me close this door. All right. So that's Wayne's thing, Mars. So these last, 4 or 5 shows from T.I. to Benny the Butcher to Boosie to MO3 has all been about Mars, okay? In fact, if you look at this slide right here, let me blow it up just a little bit for you, okay? We talked about T.I. being the Libra. We talked about that. We talked about as T.I. being the Libra, he has some things over in Aries. Notice that these signs, Libra, Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, is going to be the hot zone, okay? We talked about Benny the Butcher, who got shot in the leg. Mars is over there in Aries, but Benny the Butcher has Venus in Capricorn, okay? So Aries, where Mars in the sky is right now, literally squares Capricorn. Benny the Butcher gets popped, right? Boosie, he gets popped. Boosie got some things in Capricorn, okay, as well. And then you have MO3, who loses his life, rest in peace. He has Mars in Aries, where it is right now in the sky. And then he loses his life, okay? And now Lil Wayne, the Libra scale, because he's a Libra, Mars in Aries is in opposition to Libra. So is it a coincidence that when we show you this square chart, all these brothers who've been in some type of altercation with a gun, besides Tip, but Tip was, when we went back and show you why he was, we showed you why Tip was in the news while he was, in the news. All right, but he's the one that really ain't got no gunplay as of right now. Okay, but everybody else got gunplay. Is that a coincidence that they all have something in the same region of space? Again, I want to be very clear. Tonight, when you look at the red square on the screen where these people have planets at, and Mars in the sky right now is in Aries, this denotes potential issues. It's on the way, okay? Be real careful. So it's really simple. Here's Wayne's chart. Mars and Aries in the sky is in direct opposition to all that Libra that he is. So Mars represents the gunshots. I thought I put the arrow here, but I didn't. And there's another thing going on, as Minister Jew had talked about, which I'll put it on the screen now, is Saturn in the sky, we know is in Capricorn, right here at the base of this arrow, coming right down here to where Saturn was when he was born. Ladies and gentlemen, that's called Saturn square Saturn. Him and Boosie is going through that. Saturn square Saturn. Okay? Now let me blow that back up so you can see it. So Saturn in the sky in green at the top, at the base of the triangle in Capricorn, which represents government. Saturn is government. Capricorn is government. So I told you, when the planet is in the sign that it naturally belongs in front of, that we call it, it rules, its energy feels like it's more strong. So when you go through Saturn square Saturn, and you that generation that got Saturn in Libra, Libra could be the justice scales, then you got justice scales, then you got Saturn and for real, and Jupiter at the top up there, and Jupiter represents law. So now you got government and law squaring you. That's telling you potentially about to have some type of legal issue that's on the horizon. But what type? Oh, now when Mars is in opposition, we can see like, oh, okay, this could be something that's dealing with firearms, because Mars, as we showed previously, represents firearms, okay? And so it ain't hard, ladies and gentlemen, once you know how to measure this. I keep saying that, right? That's not the hard part, and I really ain't got, I can go to something else, but I won't at this time. It's not hard. So here's the kicker, though. I'm gonna give you some good game. I had a consultation with a client today. You have to really know that you are the true and living God really dwells inside of you. And I say that to say that your thoughts, as if you just got off the Imagination Guru YouTube channel, your thoughts can affect reality, right? You do it all the time, okay? Here is the recipe. Here's the recipe. Whatever you desire, don't matter if you're in trouble, so-called trouble. It don't matter if you want a car. Whatever it is, you better constantly visualize, role play, activate, practice the end result. It may sound crazy. Lil Wayne can find out who the judge is or the DA, whatever, and start mailing himself letters as if it's coming from the DA that says, case dismissed. Or having conversations with his attorney, case dismissed. Whatever it may be. Now, I know that shit may sound crazy. But again, if you just left from the Imagination Guru channel, or even if you didn't see it, what is it in the Bible, Jew? Let the weak say that they are strong?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Why? Why tell you to speak an alternative fact? Why? Because it's power in belief, and belief affects reality. So I don't care what it is that you want, from the car to a better relationship to whatever, fix a legal thing, you have to go in the zone. It's the best game that you can get. You may call it whatever, crazy. The minister is crazy. You may say it, right? Well, you may say it. But the testimonials, the proof is 100% there. So I'm telling you, you just have to believe. And then when I say practice, you will tell you, like, man, listen, one year I wanted to meet Joe Dispenza, right? I would get on the phone as if I was talking to Joe Dispenza. I would go through a routine with the whole thing. Go through this whole thing. Yeah, I'm going to give you the manuscript of my book. We're going to talk. Next thing you know, I got an email that he was coming to Denver, and he wasn't doing a workshop. He was coming to Denver to actually train people in what he was teaching, so you can go out and, get business accounts and talk to corporations about the power of, of the mind. I said, now that's interesting, but that's not what I want. I don't want that. I actually want the workshop setting. So I keep going. Boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know, I get an email. He's having a workshop in Austin, Texas. I said, here we go. I'm in Denver. I ain't all that far from it. Cool. So it needed, I forget what the total cost of the trip was going to be. Drew will tell you. I did an event, and exactly the number that I needed, as I've been going through this thing over a month, acting like I'm having a conversation with him. I'm in the shower, acting like I'm on the phone, like I'm going in. And I had a certain time every single day that I'm going in. This thing is like a movie. So you have your life is a movie. That means you're the actor, and you have to role play. That's you practicing for the thing that you want in the future. Okay? I'm talking about to the dollar. I was actually $4 and some change short. And then I had a double header, and then the second event obviously superseded and pushed me over the top. But I manifested exactly what I needed based off of doing this particular work. Then was able to have front row seats, right? Got some signings and actually gave him a manuscript on something that's going to come out in my latter years to come, okay? Something called Cosmic DNA, okay? Because there's some shit that hasn't been talked about yet, which is when your children are born, or you in comparison to your parents, the same patterns in the sky realign themselves, and then your children are born. So it's called cosmic DNA. Facts. I can show you this. I got case studies of it. The same patterns reappear, right? So for example, something like, what is that? So my youngest son, he has a Sagittarius moon, but his mom is a Sagittarius. Do you know that the moon is only in front of a zodiac sign for 2.5 days, and she ski skirts, she gone quickly. She's not there every day. Like it's only 2 days out of a month that she's there. What's the odds of him being born when the moon is exactly in the sign that's a reflection of his mother? Or I'm a 9th house son because I was born at 1 something in the afternoon. My first son, second son, my daughter, all besides my last son, because he copied, his cosmic DNA is more of his mother's. Late night, it was born. He be asleep throughout the day. Right now, he sleeps throughout the day. He just now got up. Right now, just now got up, and he'd be up all night because he was actually born around this time. This is his natural. That's his natural cycle. So I don't even be tripping off of it. That's him. But all my other children, they got my pattern, and them the ones that look like me too. They got my pattern, right? So they just so happen to be born within the same hour. I'm 143. All of them are born at 1 something in the early afternoon, which puts the sun in the same position known as the 9th house, which simply means in the southwest region of space. So our children, as children, we are mirroring one of our parents' cosmic pattern. It don't have to be the same planet, because again, listen to what I'm saying. My youngest son, his mom is a Sag. Her son was in front of Sag. But when he was born, the moon, which represents mommy, is in front of Sag. Different planets, different celestial bodies that we're looking at, but the same constellation. Now, sometimes it may not be the same constellation, but it's the same geometrical pattern in a birth chart, okay? So if we look at Lil Wayne's chart, we see these blue lines and red lines and stuff, then his children can have some patterns. And maybe what I'll do is I'll show you perhaps some celebrity and celebrity children so you can just see how this pattern works. I just may do that for you. In fact, I know I will. I'll do that for you. All right? And so the real best advice that I know we can give you, if you ever had any trouble, man, please know that the power is within you. You have the power to visualize your desired outcome. Stay dedicated to that shit, especially if you can do it for 21 days straight, nonstop. No matter what happened, do not waver. Do not waver whatsoever, and you will start to see change, okay? Because we got to get up on the G-force, the God frequency, when we start emitting the thought, and the thought reverberates back to our desired reality, all right? What you got, Jew?
Man, can you hear me out there, DeBeer?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I remember a lady named Elizabeth Kinzer, who had a situation with her. She had 3 baby girls, and she had a husband who was doing some very not so good things to their babies. And he was a manipulating, cunning type of fellow. And in some strange way, he got the courts to give him custody of all 3 of the daughters. And this is in reference to what you just said about visualization and no matter what you up against, right? And so Miss Kinzer heard me on one of Brother Rich's shows, and she called and she said she was out of all options. She didn't know what else to do. And so she called and she signed up for the membership, and that was her purpose for signing up. So when people come into the membership, I always ask them, why are you here? What's your purpose for coming? What are you trying to attain? That way people come in with something definite, a definite idea, because that's very important, and being very aware of what it is that you want. So she came in and I gave her one of the techniques, and I had her simply, because her daughters played the piano. She had 2 of them were a little older, like teenagers, and they were very good at playing the piano. So what I did was I said, well, hey, Miss Kinzer, excuse me. I said, look, I said, can you hear them playing that piano? I said, just hear it. I said, can you hear them playing that piano the same way they played it when they were in your custody? I said, can you hear those same notes, those same keys? She said, I can. I said, okay. I said, well, look. I said, you do that every day. I said, I don't care how weird it feels. I said, you make sure that you hear your children playing the piano as you're walking into your home and you're seeing your daughters and they're giving you a hug on your way in the door. I said, just do it. Know what it was, about 3 weeks later?
Yeah.
3 weeks later, I get an email. She's ecstatic. Jew, this is crazy. You won't believe what happened. The courts reversed the order. Something happened with one of the lawyers, and they had to go back and review something, and they reversed everything, and I got all my daughters back at home with me. That's a fact. I remember, so that's in relationship to Wayne's situation. So it ain't nothing that can't be revised. Same situation, same thing I put in my first book, Imagination at Work. Young lady house got broken into. They stole her designer bags. She's a boss chick, right? She Louis Vuittons and Birkin bags and shit, right? That's her thing. And they went in there and they stole it. And so she called me and she told me, this was around Mother's Day, maybe about 3, let me see, that was what? I wrote that book, what, the beard, 2015?
Man,
Yeah. 2015, 2016, something like that. So this was back then. This was like 2015. This happened. And I told her, I said, look, man, I said, you remember the closet that you put them bags in? She said, I sure do. I said, can you just visualize yourself walking in that house, taking those bags off your shoulder and putting it back in your closet? She said, yeah, I could do that. I said, cool. So I talked to her. It's somebody that I talk to regularly. So I talked to her next week. She's like, man, this is crazy. Like, I don't know, why am I doing this? This is crazy. I said, just keep doing it. It's a reason why you called me. It's a reason why you called me, because you out of options. So that's usually what happens. People be out of options, right? And so I said, just keep doing it. No matter how strange it feels, just keep doing it. So then maybe about a month and a half passed. I get a phone call. And she's like, you're not going to believe it. I said, well, what happened? She said, well, because she owns a beauty shop over by the United Center on the west side of Chicago. She said, a lady came in, an older woman. She said she does this older woman's hair maybe twice a year. Woman like up in her 60s, right? And she said the lady came in and they having a conversation about the gifts that they received for Mother's Day, right? And so the lady's like, yeah, my nephew gave me and my sister a bag for Mother's Day. And she was like, oh, that's so sweet. What kind of bags? You know, having woman talk. And so they talking about the bags. And my partner, my friend, she's like, those sound like my bags, right? And so the lady was like, what? And so she's telling her story, how her house got robbed, how they took these bags. And they having this conversation from client to, beautician. And she gets on the phone, the auntie gets on the phone with her sister. And she says, man, call your son and ask him, where did he buy these bags from? Right? Gets the son on the phone. He say, I bought them from somebody boosting them in the barbershop. Right. Come to find out, it's my friend's bags that was stolen, and she had those bags back in her possession the same day. Them ladies gave her bags back. And then about a month after that, because she had a tablet, like an iPhone, what do you call it, iPad. They stole that too. About a month after that, her iPad turns up in somebody's church's pew, and somebody dials the number on a return joint. Like if you find it, dial this number. Somebody dials the number and says, hey, we got an iPad here. We don't know who it belongs to, but it's here in the church. And then she got her iPad back. So I leave you to be the jury and render your own verdict on how that happened. But ain't no coincidences, you know. And then like in Wayne's case, man, see, he just got blasted by the media, even on his own counterparts for endorsing Donald Trump. So that's a Martian ray of anger and frustration, right? Mm-hmm. Opposite Saturn. Mm-hmm. People are pissed off and mad and angry and volatile over your political, right? The person that you want to be the authoritarian of the nation, right? And so, you know, it's just playing out, you know, on all angles in relationship to Wayne. But as y'all can see, man, Mars is a mother. That mother.
Well, that nigga having a field day right now.
That's with rappers.
Oh yeah, rappers.
You know.
Yeah. And you know, it's interesting, man, because I thought about that. The whole. See, this is now. Look at this. Now look at this. If the government is retaliating against Lil Wayne because he endorsed Trump, then that will mean Trump is not a part of the the government system. That will mean infiltration, because he's not a part of the order of people who wants him to be in power. See, that's why and I'm just pointing that out to say this. That means that the whole system itself, if you believe in, I can't even form the words white bullshit primacy, right? I just can't conceptualize somebody being powerful over me. I just can't. I have no idea what that's like. You know what I mean? You always have to find the weakness inside of that, and that is a clear weakness. It's just like somebody said, I've heard it said before, brother, they pick the presidents 4 years in advance. You don't vote. Who you vote for don't matter, right? Because they already picked them. And then in the very next breath, they say, well, Trump broke. They really wanted Hillary in there, but, Trump got in there. And it's like, huh? I thought it was all organized. Like, it don't make sense. If it's all organized, it's not making sense.
See,
so anyway, I just find that to be funny. Go ahead, bro.
What they have to do is, when they run out of that rope, where it clearly looks like the stage play is going left, then they have to interject a new form of conspiracy. You know how they say, when you tell one lie, then you're certainly going to have to tell another, and then another,
right,
and then another. So, and people are so fixated, man. Golly, man. It's still a lot of work to be done, Noble, man.
Oh, for sure. Quality hard records.
But let me tell you something, man. I said this the other day on Instagram, though. See, you could change Caesar's world, but that takes a lifetime, right?
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lifetime to do that, if not longer, right? Or you could change your personal situation and evolve to a plateau where none of that shit don't matter.
Yeah.
So it's your choice, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And somebody said it in the chat the other day. They said, man, I've been around this conscious community for a while, and I've settled on the priesthood.
Yeah.
And I salute that, man, because we always say this. We the last stop on the gravy train.
Oh, yeah.
You going unfortunately, sometimes you got to go through all of these different to, but at the end of the day, you want your life to be better, the people's lives around you to be better.
Yeah.
And then some people built with the revolutionary spirit of fighting for the people. That I'm not saying that state of consciousness don't exist, but like if you ain't out here like fully fledged in that role, then you're wasting your time.
Yeah. For sure. Man, you said something that's interesting, man. So people think about this though, right? See, again, humanity just now catching up with it. Oh, law of attraction, speak it into existence, thoughts are real. And then you can go into certain schools of thoughts, you go to the Nation of Islam, and then they be talking about, well, hey, man, these rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes, man. Oh, hey. It's created by the Son of Man. You are creating this shit, huh? What do you mean I'm creating rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes, right? So I want y'all to ponder something. Because Jew just said Mars represents anger, and everybody was just mad at Lil Wayne for endorsing Trump. And now all of a sudden, he got some negative shit in his physical life now. Okay? Just looking at the order here. So what if all of the angry, evil eyes propelled the district attorney to say, you know what? I think I'm going to foul today on Lil Wayne. Because, see, here's the thing. That idea wasn't there the day prior or the day prior. Even if it was, he didn't do it for whatever reason. And now because this shit stems back from damn near a year ago, December of 19.
Yeah.
So what if, and it ain't hard to figure out, December 19, you saying, hey man, we searched your private plane and you got this gold-plated pistol, which is Mars. You got this gold-plated pistol in your bag. Homie, you're a convicted felon. You ain't allowed to have this. They clear the plane though. You're good to go. And then a year later, you say, we think you shouldn't have had that. You're in trouble now. Wait a minute, huh? So what if the negative thoughts from the people hating on a Trump endorsement actually was the catalyst for the DA to file?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And then immediately after the Trump endorsement, they said that his girlfriend who he was with unfollowed him. Like they broke up for a minute. But see, that's that Libra energy too. That's relationships.
That's right.
So that
now
move caused a wedge in between his relationship with all that heavy Martian energy over there in Libra. I mean, excuse me, all that heavy energy, planetary energy over there in Libra.
You
know?
So here's the common denominator in the sky, ladies and gents. If it ain't mine, damn sure it wasn't mine. If the hating thoughts, the angry thoughts was the catalyst to push Lil Wayne, here's one more question. What if the collective conscious of the people who are internally angry and suppressing what it is that they should start? Why say start, Noble? Because Mars is in Aries, it's a cardinal sign. Libra is a cardinal sign. I told y'all the cardinal signs start the season. That's what they have in common. Aries starts the spring, Libra starts the fall, Capricorn, where all this energy is at in the sky as well right now. The Saturn, the Pluto, the Jupiter right now starts the winter, right? What if our suppressed anger from creating and starting something, because that's what the planet's dictating, to start something, what if our suppressed anger is actually aiding the ether and these people are also getting shot, getting arrested, and things of that nature because we, the people, won't start something. Now, I'll be clear. Let me make it real clear. You keep screaming freedom, justice, and equality. Justice for Brianna. That's Libra scales last time I checked. But you want the government to do it because you said they're responsible for adjudicating, which is Capricorn. Last I checked, they go cardinal signs again, right? So since we don't create the reality that we desire, reparations, let's call it clean and even the steel, and I'm not saying this solely on us, but let's go ahead and even the playing field and erase that debt. Because some effed up things didn't happen, government. You know you was bogus. You know you was bogus when you black folks got the right to vote in 70, and then you step back, and then you had to wait till the Voting Rights Act of 1965. You let like 95 years pass after slavery, and we get the right to vote, and you let the South go ahead and pass the black codes and things of that nature. You bogus. That flag behind me, oh, you bogus. You bogus on that one, right? But we're yet to create the Ice Cube plan. We're yet to fully, and even when he did that, you a coon, right? You go to that. So what if we are aiding and abetting and creating more Breonna Taylor's. Because we will not create the desired reality that we have in the mind's eye. I'm telling you, this energy, I'll let you wrestle with the question, but the energy in the sky is dictating we should create and start something. But like you just said, you want to do it personal or you want to take it on a national thing? Because everybody ain't really, built to do it on a bigger scale in a sense. You know what I mean? So think about that. And this goes all the way down to your personal life, like your personal life. You ain't living your passion. Mars is all about passion, man. You got to live your passion. Shit that excites you. What's my man named Tony Robbins said it. If you ain't passionate about it, don't talk about it, man.
That's right.
Well, go ahead, Jew. Anybody got any questions, drop them in the chat, man. We ain't going to be long.
Man, no, I'm good, man. I ain't got nothing else for the people, man. We've been back to back lately, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. This thing's fully automatic. We do this. Me and this cat will talk easy 8 times a day.
Yeah.
Easy. Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Like this is loaded. So
yeah,
any
man.
questions, put it in the chat, man.
What they got, man? What they got? I guess they all right, man. I don't see nothing in there.
Yeah. Be a little lag between Zoom and YouTube. Bruce Lee, what up, man? What's good? Proneef, what up? What up? Sun conjunct Mars, boy. Yeah, that's good, man. That's dope. Sun conjunct Mars. They give you a lot of vitality, a lot of energy. That's a warrior. That's an athlete type of energy. That's good energy, man. What about Gucci Mane and Jeezy? Hey, man, Jeezy, the snowman, man. That's Jew's boy right there, the snowman.
Hey, I'm rolling with Big Snow.
You rolling with the snow?
I'm rolling with Big Snow.
Hey, I'm going to say it like this, man. The snow. I'm going to show y'all what I got in front of me right now. I'm going to show y'all what literally be on my wall in front of me, man. Now, I love the snowman. The snowman to me got them slaps that I like to hear, for sure. But I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm gonna have to show this right here. Hey Gucci, man, we don't need a Gucci clone, nigga. I said it in the rap. Fuck a Gucci clone, niggas need a Keisha clone, nigga. That's what we need. I'm serious, man, because see. This one right here, man. Hey, man, and she a Capricorn. And that's what I mean by starting something. We talking about Gucci wasn't even in the picture. You know what I'm saying? He was doing, he had to go do his bid. She got a house built from the ground up and made it something. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows she took a couple mil his and turned it into something, man. That's what we need. We need that kind of feminine love out here, man. Y'all, hey, man, his transformation is so beautiful because of that feminine principle and wife in his life. Niggas start calling that nigga a clone, Jew. They couldn't believe it.
No.
They said the CIA made a clone of Gucci. Like, for real, motherfuckers really believe that shit, bro.
They still do.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, I'm rolling with Guwop and them on this one.
Wobsters. You rolling with the Wobsters?
Simply because I'm rolling with the Wobsters, man.
Hey,
rolling with the Wobsters.
Hey,
I get it. My vision board.
I get it. Outside the ring, it's Gucci all day.
Yeah.
But on the mic, man, let me tell you, man. Snowman ain't gonna come play with that boy, man. Jeezy
got some
bangers.
That's gonna be a classic, man.
Bangers, man.
That's gonna be a classic, man.
You know, so I'm anticipating that versus, man. I think it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be good for people to see, man. People be able to bury the hatchet, especially over that type of beef they had in some of them situations that transpired between them two gentlemen. Like, you know, that's a major key, man. If you can get past that, you can get past anything, man. You know?
Yeah, for sure, man. Plus, my man Guwap and Abe Lincoln on the same birthday, man. Aquarius, man. I'm rolling with Team Aquarius.
You gotta roll with him.
I'm rolling with him, man. All right. So, relationship readings, man. Birthdays. I'm not in that zone as far as I don't have the. You know, I'm not putting in the data and whatnot. But listen, I got something coming for y'all with that. So give me a minute. I'm waiting on Google to get some what they call that shit, Jude? The AdSense account to get straight and whatnot. So I'm gonna be doing something special for y'all in the super chat fashion. You know what I'm saying? So you can drop below 20 twin, and then I'm gonna pull that thing up on the spot, man. So 2021, I'm gonna go real hard body and help y'all out. You know what I'm saying? Best way I can without taxing your pockets. I don't be taxing the pockets anyway, but you know what I mean? I'm waiting for some things to come back from YouTube and Google, same people, so we can get this channel monetized in the sense where y'all can start dropping something in the super chat, and then I can take care of you on the spot. You be good and whatnot. So be on the lookout for that, man, because I'm not pulling in. I'm not really signing in and pulling up no charts right now, man. So somebody say, you think Elegua is a good deity? Oh, what you got on that, June? Elegua.
Well, look, man, I put it to you like this, man. From my angle of perception and teaching, what's going on, Roscoe? My puppy down here, he mad at me about something. But from my angle of perception and how I deal with spirituality, and this is no. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. This cat wants some attention. Hold
on. Somebody asked how much longer for this Mars situation to happen. Mars is gonna pull up out of Aries, man. Let me go see for you. I think it's gonna be maybe around February of 21, January. So Mars officially goes in Taurus like January of 21, but I would give it, early January, but I would give it late January to really get away from this orb, and it bounces off that square that is doing the Saturn and whatnot. So we got until January of 21, man, until Mars gets over into Taurus.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. So, like, from my vantage point of observing these different systems, I always tell people to rely on the self. I don't view any of these deities as something external to self. Because over my tenure of teaching, and anybody in my membership that's in the building, they could tell you this. I ain't never told nobody to go pray to, the Buddha or Oshun or or Lakshmi. I've never told anybody to do that. And the results that I've gotten and other people have gotten have been outright phenomenal, relying on themselves to perform the duty. Right? So sometimes what can happen is these things are really just personifications of your own mind, individualized and characterized as deity, right? So, you go around that zodiac wheel and you can find an aspect of all of those deities in one of these signs or in relationship to a planet. And then you start to get into your own psychology and you realize that these are the things that you ponder on, that you think about, that you desire, that you want. And so I tend to tell people, not to go down that path of going outside of themselves to manifest anything or to deal with anything outside of themselves. You know what I mean? We got people, you know, $140,000, $150,000 increases, you know, better jobs, healing themselves of all kind of things. And all they did was affirm to themselves what they wanted to be, held an image in their mind long enough, and voila, it popped right out of there according to how they appropriated it subjectively. So again, I don't say that with any disrespect to anybody, because everybody's in a different space in relationship to what they practice. But that's just my honest assessment from it, and the things that I've seen, the fruit that it's bared from the way that I teach it has given me a lot of confidence in relationship to my psychology or philosophy on that particular subject. Because see, what happens too is you start to put a lot of faith in outside objects. So let me give you an example. It's a verse in scripture where Paul, the state of consciousness called Paul, tells the Athenians. He tells them, I see that you are very religious in your ways, right? Because they had all of these statues and they were worshiping all of these external things. And he said, man, I see y'all are very religious. And you know what's funny too, that now that I bring that word up, it's funny how things change over time, and we use words and it's not really what it is. Like you say somebody who is a Christian is religious, or I don't practice religion, I practice spirituality. You'll hear people say that, but then you'll get a verse in scripture where Paul tells these same people who are dealing with all of these things, and he says you're dealing with all these things that have hands but cannot touch, eyes but cannot see, tongues but cannot talk, right? And he says, I see that you people are the ones who are religious. He said, you're very religious in your ways. And when you translate the word religious, it means a person who worships multiple gods or multiple deities. So really, the person who's dealing with all of these different deities or facets of God, that's actually being religious according to the linguistics in the translation of it all. But the deal is you have to be responsible, because if you start to put your faith in something outside of yourself, what happens when that thing outside of yourself isn't present? Or if somebody takes it from you, or it's damaged, right? Then you will be just like Mr. Wright in the presentation that I did on my channel a couple hours ago, where the suggestion from something outside of you will take over the processes of your mind, whether good, bad, or indifferent, and then you will suffer either the consequence or reap the benefit of whatever that external thing is that may be there or may not be there. So if you always know that wherever you are standing is holy, because the Spirit of God is within you. So if the Spirit of God is within you, that means wherever you are is holy, because God is with you always, right? So that means, what am I doing? Looking out over here, looking over there, looking out there. And if you do, I get it, because sometimes people need a crutch when they first start. Like, you know, like when you get into, like I remember I was reading my Israel Regardie books and all of those type of different authors who were in, you know, occult masters in their own right. And they, you know, they talk about, and, you know, Madame Blavatsky's and all these people, they would talk about how these objects that they would use in these rituals was for one purpose and one purpose only. And that was to activate the imagination of the aspirant who was doing the right.
That's right.
So that means that they knew that it wasn't the object, but the object would stimulate to a certain degree and arouse the imagination of the individual. But I like to teach it from out the gate. Look, you are the object. You the object. Don't start thinking that you gotta have all these things because you are the object. And the more you get comfortable with that, then the less you need all of these external things, including all of these different deities for this and deities for that. Because at the end of the day, what are you trying to manifest for yourself? You know?
Right. Because see, you're going to have to ask the question somewhere along the line. Well, hell, where the hell are these deities at when your ass is on these boats and you slaves? And you getting that ass whooped for 400 years is not the truth. You getting your ass and you in bondage for 200 plus, right? Like something's wrong with that picture there. Like horribly wrong with that right there. Okay. And so the like you just stated, and I said this on the video not too long ago, the ceremony, the candle, the incense, the sword, the things that you're using, they're known as anchor objects, something that anchors you, that grounds you, okay? Especially if you attach to it. Because it's there to heighten your awareness. Now think about this though. Heighten your awareness, y'all really got to understand what's taking place when you have heightened awareness. Your nervous system, which is responsible for transmitting electricity to the organs, is at a higher capacity. That's important. That is very important. Because your sleepy state of conscious, I'm tired, I'm going to lay down, I don't feel like doing anything, is totally different from your waking state, most energetic state of being. They're just different. So the deities are nothing more than different aspects of your consciousness. So even when you feel like the wind came and you got an external sign, you're only getting the external sign because from the internal you sent a signal. But it is you who is the conductor. And they cleverly put this, and it's interesting because me and her had the same birthday. The author, the creator of the Rider-Waite, which is by far the most popular tarot deck, they put this in the card of the magician. He has all of them. The sword is on here, the wand, the cup, the coin. What we call the four elements is within you. Okay? So really, really understand that, because at some point in time, man, it'd be like, I don't get that. When motherfuckers be, oh mama, oh soon coming through. Oh yeah. You see the ancestors are pleased. But what the hell was the ancestors at when you're getting your ass whooped under the so-called white supremacy you believed in? We can't have it both ways here. Like, either they're alive and active, did they lose? Because it's okay, you can lose a war. Somebody got to win and somebody got to lose. Like, somebody has to explain that. Or is it really talking about something else?
Yes.
That's the question.
Now De Beer,
okay.
I don't know if they can see my screen. They probably can't because the way this light is shining off this thing. But I'm gonna read this to y'all though. Right? For those that are interested in the word. The translation for religious in the concordance is threskia. Right? Threskia. And here's the definition of it. In the underlying sense, reverence or worship of the gods. Plural with an S. And it is expressed in ritual acts. So now, if you're doing your rituals, and that's cool, because I got something called the 4 quantum rituals, right? Where I teach people how to do objective practices, right? Which was the intention for ritual, to do an objective practice that is mirroring a mental principle or faculty that you are attempting to exercise, right? But not one time do I tell people to focus on something outside. It is clean your closet out, throw away all the stuff you don't need anymore, as a right to remind you how you need to clear out space in your hippocampus, how you need to control, alt, delete the unnecessary junk and data that's in that space that is no longer serving you, right? How do we get in front of the daylight? So that we can become the light of the world, or as the Christ said, I am the light of the world. Well, what does that look like? So how can we create practices that mirror things that we see in nature that we're trying to download and process in our own subconscious mind to produce an objective phenomenon? But I'm not saying that Elegba did it for me or Vishnu did it for me. I did it. And I know I did it. And that's when you start to stand on unshakable ground, and you start to have a faith that's like, like I could do anything,
That's right. That's right, man. Where we at? 11:16, man. We got any more? I don't want to skip nobody. Can you explain this plague Earth is experiencing? I'm assuming, Laura, you may be talking about what, COVID? Hey, too. When I think about your crown chakra. Oh, shit. I'm telling them, this nigga, hey, man. Hey, this nigga Jew said, COVID is corona. And corona means crown. And Jew said corona is a reflection of your crown chakra is infected. Your crown chakra is infected, man. But real still, man. These things are really, honestly, they're natural cycles. They're unfortunate for sure. But if you really look at a plague, like the blue blonic plague was serious. That was like millions of motherfuckers dropped off out of here. You know what I'm saying? That was really serious, man. I'm not saying that Corona's not serious. Please understand me when I say that. But earlier today, in a nutshell, over on the Imagination Guru channel with Jew, was really talking about, you have to be careful on how you perceive things, and how things are being reported is actually creating a deeper phenomenon and affecting people more than it should. That's one. All right. So you just got to understand the hardcore facts of reality and perception. I had a conversation the other day with some of my, we went out to lunch, what was that, Sunday night, well, dinner rather. And it was asking me about, health insurance. And I'm like, yeah, my kid's good. I don't have it. What you do? It was my African guys. And they're like, huh, you don't have insurance? I said, man, I can't tell you the last time I've been sick. Like, I really I don't get sick, never. But I'm also the type of dude, if I'm at my houses, I'm pulling ivy with my bare hand. But man, it's ivy. I don't give a damn about ivy. Like, ivy ain't doing nothing to me, right? Simply because there's already a study done with, they took some poison ivy and they took some fake poison ivy. And they rubbed the fake poison ivy on some people and told them it was real poison ivy, and they broke out. And they told the other people with the real poison ivy, hey, man, this is fake, and they didn't break out. So what the hell is that? This is a case study that's documented. Like, what is that? Right? So for me, that, and, I know somebody who got lichen, they like, man, don't touch this,
I'd be touching it. Like, I'm like, man, I'm not worried about that. I really ain't. And the idea of wearing a mask to me is offensive. Like, you don't know how many times I leave the house and I got to bust a damn U-turn because my dumb ass done left a mask in the house. Right? Like I do it all the time because the mask is not a part of my psyche. The moment that I put on the mask on, I am accepting the fact that potentially I could get something, right? But of course, I can't get into nowhere without a goddamn mask on. But the mask is not part of my psyche. I always leave it in the house, always leave it in the car every single time, right? So to answer your question, though, about what's going on here, be careful how you see it. It's not that it's not real, but also at the same time here, in conjunction too, because this happens to come within this great alignment. Again, this great alignment, this has been documented. There's an awesome documentary, probably still here on YouTube, called Quantum Astrology. And they talked about how Saturn and Pluto, every time they get together, civilization goes through a major, the government, the one that's at the top, goes through a major transformation at that time. This just so happened to come, Corona, and I'm assuming that you're referring to this plague as Corona, happens to come during this particular alignment, right? So the question is, again, what is it in the dark subconscious of the human being that this is a reflection of? Because again, if we just start looking at parallels, if Corona represents crown, and crown is something you put on your head, and then Saturn is also like Corona or Chronos, we see the similarity here. Then again, what is it inside of the psyche, inside of the head of the human being on Earth that is warranting this type of thing to take place? You understand what I'm saying? And again, it goes back to the question I raised earlier. The riddle is really simple. You have to create. If you can't believe in a possible heaven on earth and utopia and to be suppressed, meaning you're not building it, but you protest every time something happens, but you're not building it. You can't do that. You cannot do that. The intelligence of consciousness clearly understands it is always in the job of trying to figure something out. I always give the example of wisdom teeth. There's invisible consciousness that makes up the human being that wants to have an experience. And as of right now, the human being is incomplete. Just look at the teeth. Okay? You have no function for them right now. So there's a process of growing and evolution that has to take place. So if you know, or you protesting against something because you think you have the solution, it is your job to implement the solution all across the board so you don't have to experience these particular things. And that's what's ultimately driving this thing. So the plague, honestly, I'm going to have to concur with those teachings that come from various different schools, but more recently, I would say Nation of Islam, in the sense that would say, hey, man, that whole rain, snow, the hail, the earthquakes, all of this is created from you in your thoughts. Yep, absolutely. But you got to know how to measure it, and that's what we do very well here, okay? So that's how I answer it. Let's take one more, man, before we get out of here. What you got, Drew?
Man, look, man, I ain't got nothing else, man. I think we didn't explain quite a bit tonight between my channel, your channel. We just dropping through, kicking it with the people, man. They probably be tripping, man. This be our regular conversation.
Yeah.
And this is how we talk, man. You know what I mean? And we appreciate, man, all the people that support us, man, have been rocking with us from day one, man. We appreciate y'all, man, for staying down with us, kicking it with us, man. I know we was going off the tube for a nice little minute, but it looks like we revving back up, and we got much more to share, and we anticipate growing this thing and keep moving in an upward direction, man.
Yeah, for sure. Laura, you got some very great questions, right? For sure. The rain are created on planes, right? And then they also say rain is really created based off of the water in the atmosphere being drawn up. And then once it can't escape the gravitational pull, it comes back down, right? Water is extremely magnetic. You can create electricity from it, okay? The human being is water. The human being itself is also electricity. I always like to say, rub your feet on carpet and watch you get a static charge. Touch a piece of metal or something, you will convey electricity, okay? So without a shadow of a doubt, you're correct. Flu can come from, things can come from the environment. But all I'm saying, too, there's a whole nother aspect of science that says, hey, man, your perception about the environment and also the things that you do starts to create the space in the environment for the things to take root. You see what I'm saying? So the key is,
look, Dabir,
go ahead.
I challenge everybody. Make yourself a placebo that Channel 7, Channel Fox, CNN, make you a placebo news story that says that the corona has gone away and that corona is decreasing drastically. And have the subtitle, "Scientists are baffled." Something shocking. I challenge you. Make something along those lines and post it to your social medias. And stay consistent for anywhere from about 30 to 60. So from now to like January, late January. Stay consistent. And I'm telling you, miracles gonna happen. It's gonna be weird. They're gonna be trying to find out what happened. Right? And see, it really don't take but one person who is, really dedicated and has a conviction to it. But if we do it in group mass and we start sharing that, right? And then since you know the different scriptures, as in let the weak say I am strong, you can hashtag it with that just so you don't get all that, the boomerang and the backfire from people who say, oh, you don't believe COVID is real? You can go spiritual on them, right? And say, I'm just utilizing the principle from one of these holy texts that I'm sure you can identify with. Like I said on the last broadcast, hey, you got somebody that was sick and probably told one, was going to take a long time to heal or wasn't going to make it, or it don't even got to be, sick. It could be something they came up short, somewhere else in their life, and you came and you told it's going to be all right. You came and reinforced a positive idea or a positive suggestion where in that moment they were facing turmoil, embarrassment, sadness, disease. So it's no different. It's no different. So I challenge you, make your own placebos and start projecting that out to the world and saying, hey, look, man, anything is possible. Mind over matter. And watch what start to happen.
That's right. It's real spill, man. That's real spill. I want to leave you some closing words, Laura. Those are there's some very good questions. And, even you may have firsthand information that the government gets purple flu shots and nobody else does, right? Because it protect those that's in power or, whatever that may be. Here's the thing, Laura, that we really want to impress upon you. You are a living being. You are a part of the great divine, whether you believe in God or whatever you may call it. It exists inside of you.
So with that being said, since it's inside of you, you are part of it, you are aware of it, then you too have the ability to become Christ-like. Meaning, people are sick, they have flu, they have these things that you may be concerned about. You have the ability to banish those things and make them disappear and perform miracles. So as I know you're very new to us, because I can just tell, if you look into what we say and you go over to the Imagination Guru, more so because that's more where the case study is done at, more on the personal healing basis goes, you will start to understand that inward power that's inside of you that must take control of you and can ultimately affect those who will receive you. So there's no power in the world that can turn that off from you. The only way that goes off is when you decide that it's going to be time for you to leave this particular plane, okay? So tap into the power of you, and I will dare say as well, stop reading up on the flus and pandemics and things of that nature. Really learn how to harness the power within yourself so you can become like that Christ-like figure. And there you go. You got the Reiki and things of that nature, because that in itself, that power can actually banish what we call a plague, if you listen to what you said. Listen, we can get together, and I put this thing on a portal. We can get together on the spring equinox when it's a celestial portal. The next one, well, the next warm one coming. And we can go to a mountain. We can go to somewhere like Sedona, whatever the case may be, and we can cast that collective thought out into the field, and that thought will become reality. That's the message that we always like to stress. All right. So with that, family, hit us up. You can get with you at theimaginationguru.com. Click on the membership tab, join the Quantum Imaging membership. You need something basic for yourself, little cosmic insurance, myastrologycoach.com. Go to the membership tab. You can absolutely sign up and just get the personal reports, but that's it. It's just a personal report that keeps you safe and also give you a timeline of when to manifest some great things, all right? But the cream of the crop for sure, Family Wealth Club, man. Step into abundance with your family. Get some greatness, man. We got real estate. We got business deals that we support each other on. That's over at theprosperityinvestmentgroup.com. Click on membership. Join the Family Wealth Club. Stop playing. Get in this real estate space and start concerning yourself about creating legacy. Stop telling yourself and knowing everything about what the boogeyman doing, and you ain't got no legacy plan for yourself and your family. That's whack. With that, we signing off. We see you later. Peace.